Hello guys, welcome to my channel with a new update of Loveintheair episode 9 part 4. According to the channel trailer and the novel, Sky comes to his room and blocks Prapai's phone number and shakes his thought from his mind and gets ready to go to college to work on the project with all his friends. While Sky is working on a project with everyone, Rain suddenly asks Sky if he likes Papai. Sky says no, he does not like anyone. Rain says that Prapai is a very nice boy and he is also very friendly and handsome. You should think about Prapai. Sky does not care what Rain says. So Rain says that you don't want to like Prapai because you still love your ex-boyfriend, right? Hearing Rain's words, Sky looks at Rain. The look on Sky's face showed how hurt Sky was when he heard this. So Sky tells Rain that if you are truly my friend, you will never say my ex name in front of me again. Sky realizes that he has hurt his friend. So Rain says sorry to Sky. Actually, there is no fault of Rain here because Rain was just trying to make Sky feel better. And besides, Sky did not tell everything about his ex, so it was impossible for Rain to know. Then Sky got upset and returned home. Sky came home to find food hanging on his door again. This time Sky threw it in the dustbin. Sky did not like this approach of getting on him from Papai cause he is already upset after hearing about his ex from Rain. So he went to his room and fell asleep. Meanwhile, Papai called Sky and realized that Sky had blocked him. But since Papai was out of town, it was not possible for him to go to Sky immediately. For that, he decided to buy a new SIM. Meanwhile, Sky fell asleep and he had a nightmare where his ex and ex's three friends did misbehave with him. So Sky slept and schemed to let himself go. After doing this for a while, Sky suddenly wakes up and jumped up from his sleep. When he wakes up, he finds that he is in his room. It's just a nightmare. He thinks that the reason of this nightmare again because yesterday he heard his ex name. Then Sky saw that he was drenched in sweat from fear. By then it was morning, but Sky's fever came from waking up like this in the morning after having nightmares all night. But since he had a very important class that day, he was forced to go to college. As he leaves the room, he again finds food hanging on his door. Now he gave the food to some small puppies there without throwing it away and went to the college in a tired body. While going to college, his fever increased during class. Sky's body starts to get very bad due to nightmares and his fever. Rain and his friend noticed this and wanted to take Sky to the doctor, but Sky does not agree. So Rain forcefully takes Sky to the doctor. He buys all the medicine and sends Sky home. Rain wants to spend the night with Sky, but Sky refused to Rain. So Rain puts Sky on the bed and tells him to call if needed. As soon as Rain leaves, Sky falls asleep. On the other hand, Prapai returns to his house and calls Sky from a new number. Since Prapai's new phone number was not saved in Sky's phone, he received the phone and talks to Prapai as he is in a high fever. Hearing Sky's voice, Prapai realized that Sky is very sick. So Prapai cut the call and left for Sky's house. Meanwhile, Sky became unconscious due to being more sick. Prapai comes to Sky's apartment and took the key from the caretaker there and went to the room to see that Sky was unconscious and lying on the bed. So he started to giving sponge bath to Sky immediately to bring down his fever. Sky found some peace in his sick body by having someone close to him and it could be seen on his face. But Sky was in a high fever and did not understand that the person he was happy to be with was actually Prapai. So the next morning, when he woke up and saw Prapai with him, what would be Sky's reaction? Let's see what happened. Okay, that's all I have to say about this episode. Meet you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye guys.